Welcome to Reteach a Lesson, which is prompt 2 for my seminar class. When I was in school, there was always only one thing to do things, and when I became a teacher, I wanted to make sure that there was always more than one way to learn. It is important to differentiate all standards and all different contents of work. I'd be able to pick things up pretty quickly in English and in math, but when it came to social studies, I was not able to learn when it came to time frames, which I admit is very weird for that to be a struggle. But personally, that's just why I was always behind in social studies. I could not keep up with certain dates, even though math is also numbers. So I took my personal experience and I related it to others because maybe they need different ways to be taught just so they don't struggle as much overall. This helps me grow as a teacher because instead of getting frustrated with students, I understand them. I'm able to take a personal step back and locate the issue and adjust it from there. We started with dictionaries, so I wanted to go ahead and get dictionaries integrated back into the classroom. This was a great way to go ahead and have them be excited to learn and a hands-on approach. I retaught dictionaries because we're doing root words and prefixes and suffixes, and it's time to apply them and see why we need them when it comes to looking at dictionaries and when it comes to looking at how we can find new words. When I first taught this lesson, the students were very overwhelmed by the number of pages and words, and they were getting frustrated with themselves because they thought they would pick it up a lot faster. I decided to bring this back into the classroom at a smaller rate with numerous different levels of kids. With these different levels of kids, I was able to address all learners. For starters, I have 3 different dictionaries. I have an intermediate dictionary, an elementary dictionary, and a student level dictionary, which helps with different types of learners. One dictionary, the student dictionary, has a lot more pictures, so they're able to find something that they're relating to the word a lot faster. The intermediate dictionary is mostly words, just very little pictures, and the elementary dictionary has bigger words so they have bigger bold words and they have a larger text size, which helps my readers with glasses and readers who struggle with the small writing tremendously. I was able to see what words they understood and did not understand throughout the lesson by having them turn and talk, and they were circling words on their worksheet. I integrated 2 contents. I integrated science and ELA. This was a review in our science, and they were able to take something they already knew and apply it to ELA and the dictionaries. If I asked about definitions, I could see who was confident in themselves to answer versus who needed a little more time, which I was able to see, and you're able to see in the video as well, if they're still constantly flipping, trying to find the word, and they had their elbow partner help them find it as well. But everyone had different words circled. This helped me know who knew something more in particular than somebody else. Everyone in the room at the same time were in various places and had words they misunderstood, but were able to all come back together and have a better understanding. Strategies that worked during instructional time was academic language. I was incorporating language from the science content area, transparent, translucent, opaque. That helped them to understand words that they needed, and I had them on the board. Another strategy was direct instruction. They had the words on the board. I was able to talk to them. I was walking around the room to monitor. I was seeing how we were working. That was very effective. An instruction strategy that did not work as effectively was effective questioning. I did not give good guiding questions to get them to more in-depth answers. They were still just doing the tip of the iceberg when I was looking for more in-depth things. Next time, I personally should have more questions prepared, and that way I can also build the academic rigor as we are doing this lesson. I integrated science and English for my multiple contents. This worked out well because we were reviewing the science terms and I was using another resource to find new words. I believe the next resource I could also incorporate are thesauruses. This will help them know that there's always more than one word to use besides just transparent, translucent, opaque, and it'll also show more differences between reflection and refraction. This would be a great activator with dictionaries, and then incorporating a lab for my next time. I could have a lab that uses math and science as well for the distance of light or sound. Success and inclusion. What was successful in the lesson? My students' patience. They were so patient compared to last time. They were not scared of it because we were going step by step. We looked at the guide words, we pointed at the guide words. They were able to see different page numbers. The step by step instruction helped them locate a lot faster. This was different from my last lesson because of how overwhelmed they got and they were getting discouraged at the very start. This group that I worked with was so excited that I was able to make a competition game to see who could get to the word first and get an award. I had to think about the future by setting the foundation right now. In the curriculum, there are books that we are to read, and these books have different words that students will not understand, which revolve around different cultures. This gives more inclusivity. It gives them more ways to look up definitions besides just Google, and they're able to interpret numerous cultures through new words, and it's just a very interactive experience and very hands-on, and that is very successful to me. In both iterations of the lesson, I was able to do student engagement and active learning. They looked up unfamiliar words. There was a hands-on approach. There was more level of engagement compared to last time, but I think that was the competition aspect. They were so excited and eager to learn faster. They were so excited and eager to get to the word first. They were very, very excited, and it was just a new way and for a new unit to use science materials as well. A few students who struggled are the ones who couldn't tell the difference between the words. So I would probably redo text features, and I would refer back to different text features. Bold words, thicker, regular words, thinner. That would help tremendously. And that will give us deeper contextual thinking when it comes to a glossary and index. And they'll be able to use different formats of books to see that in person. Table of contents, index, glossary, little side boxes, footnotes. These will all help further their learning. Some of the work samples here are, you can see that there are words that have been circled like transmitted and the definitions that they found. And on the left, I have a student who struggled. They clearly did not understand the past, present, future. So I was glad I was able to incorporate a more direct approach, and I was working with that student one-on-one. Overall, throughout this graduate program, I have been influenced by my thinking and teaching style through dynamic learning environments, personal growth, and defining new measurable outcomes that I want to achieve within my classroom. These measurable outcomes I see already within myself. There has been a tremendous leap of learning because I was able to go deeper into my lesson plans, such as the HCD task or diagnostic assessments, to further develop my thinking to help certain students that help me achieve this goal. By this program putting me at a higher standard, I was able to put my students at a higher standards, and they have not had any issues of trying to keep up with the new and pushing and improving of getting to the standards. This is a great way to remind teachers that it should be incorporated at all times and to create a more positive classroom environment. Here is my lesson video. I also have it on my website in a whole nother separate slide. And just thank you so much for your time.